Hey guys! Are you a coin collector or just someone who's ever glanced at pocket change and wondered if you might be holding on to something worth a fortune? Well, you're in the right place because today's incredible story is about the rare and surprising 1992 D. Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin from the United States of America. A humble penny that has stunned collectors and casual finders alike by reaching a staggering value of up to $582 due to its fascinating and highly collectible mint errors, making it a standout in numismatic history and an unexpected treasure hiding in plain sight. So before we dive deep into the secrets behind this coin's value and explore the wild world of die varieties, striking errors, and minting mishaps that transformed an ordinary copper-plated zinc cent into a highly sought-after gem, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin stories, and hit the bell so you don't miss any future uploads, because what you'll discover today might just make you check your own change jar with a lot more curiosity and excitement. Now, the 1992 D. Lincoln penny appears at first glance to be a standard issue coin, minted in Denver with the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what most people don't realize is that this year and mint mark produced one of the most famous transitional errors in American coinage history, known as the closed AM variety, where the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side is unusually tight compared to the normal wide AM design used on business strike coins during that era. And this one seemingly minor design deviation has created an absolute frenzy in the coin collecting world because it was not intended to appear on circulation strikes from 1992. Instead, the closed AM design was reserved for proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint, and somehow, due to a mix-up at the Denver Mint, a proof reverse die was accidentally used to strike a small number of regular 1992 D business strike pennies, making them extremely rare and valuable. Collectors spend years hunting for these elusive closed AM coins, and their rarity has only grown over time due to many of them being unknowingly spent, damaged, or lost to circulation. Now, what makes this error even more desirable is the fact that it's so hard to spot unless you know what to look for, and that means even today there are likely still some of these rare 1992 D closed AM cents floating around in circulation, hidden in jars, drawers, or old coin albums, quietly waiting to be discovered. And if you happen to find one in good condition, particularly in uncirculated or near mint state, you could be looking at a payday of hundreds of dollars, or in some cases even more depending on the overall condition and demand at auction. For instance, high-grade examples that are certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can fetch premium prices, with collectors eager to add this transitional variety to their Lincoln cent registry sets. Now, in addition to the closed AM variety, the 1992 D penny is also known to occasionally feature other fascinating mint errors that further add to its collectability and value, such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, die clashes, double dies, and even coins struck on foreign planchets or misaligned dies, which can create dramatic visual anomalies. For example, a 1992 D penny with an off-center strike of more than 15% can easily fetch a solid premium if it remains in decent shape, while a double die on Lincoln's portrait or the inscriptions can be worth even more depending on the strength and visibility of the doubling. And then there are cases where coins are struck with rotated dies, causing misalignment between the obverse and reverse designs, which can make the coin appear rotated when flipped, another prized error type among collectors. And sometimes, even a combination of multiple minor errors can push the value higher, especially if the coin is authenticated and encapsulated by a top-tier grading service. So the lesson here is clear. If you come across a 1992 D Lincoln penny, it's absolutely worth taking a closer look, especially at the reverse design, to check the spacing between the A and M in America. And while the closed AM variety is the crown jewel of this issue, other minting anomalies can still lead to surprising values, and you don't need to be a seasoned expert to begin identifying these varieties. With a simple magnifying glass, basic coin knowledge, and some online reference photos, you can begin your own treasure hunt right at home. And with more and more people becoming aware of the coin's value and looking through their change, the number of undiscovered gems is rapidly decreasing, making this the perfect time to search through rolls of pennies, visit estate sales, or re-examine that old childhood coin collection that's been sitting untouched for years, because who knows? You might just be one of the lucky few to uncover a 1992 D-close AM penny worth hundreds of dollars, now one of the great things about this coin's value potential is that it proves you don't have to deal in gold or silver to make big finds in the world of numismatics. Sometimes a single cent can be the key to unlocking real cash and historical significance, and beyond the monetary value, discovering a rare error like this provides an exciting link to the intricate and often unpredictable process of coin production, reminding us that even modern coins have secrets to share and surprises to offer. So whether you're a casual collector, an experienced numismatist, or just someone who loves a good underdog story, the tale of the 1992 D penny is both inspiring and instructive, showing that knowledge, patience, and a little luck can lead to incredible discoveries in the most unlikely of places. And as we wrap up this fascinating journey into the story of the 1992 D Lincoln cent, keep in mind that this is just one example of how errors, design changes, and minting quirks can elevate a coin from common to coveted. And there's a whole world of coin varieties out there just waiting to be explored, so be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more in-depth coin stories and valuation guides, and don't forget to check the coins in your own collection, because the next big find could be sitting in your pocket right now. And with the 1992 D-close AM penny being one of the most celebrated and valuable era coins in recent memory, it has certainly earned its place in history with a face value of just 1 cent, but a collector value that has soared to $582 and beyond, a true testament to the hidden treasures waiting to be discovered in the everyday currency we so often overlook. Next, 2002 1-cent coin. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and wondered if it could be worth more than just 1 cent? What if I told you that a common-looking 2002 1-cent USA coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $143, turning everyday pocket change into big money? Before we dive deep into the astonishing world of numismatics, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on shocking coin revelations and hidden treasures that could be lying right under your nose. Now, let's journey into the story of the 2002 1-cent USA coin that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters across the globe. The tale begins with the ordinary production of pennies by the U.S. Mint in 2002, a year that seemed routine for coinage, but unbeknownst to many, subtle mistakes and anomalies emerged that would later catapult some coins from mere cents to high-value collectors' items. The Lincoln cent design had already been in use for nearly a century by 2002, but small variations introduced by minting errors, die cracks, double strikes, off-center prints, planchet anomalies, and rare transitional metals contributed to a hidden class of rare coins escaping unnoticed into circulation. The Philadelphia and Denver mints both produced vast quantities of the 2002 cent, but a very small percentage included mint errors so rare and significant that they turned these coins into numismatic marvels. Collectors discovered off-center strikes where Lincoln's head appeared shifted drastically from the center, resulting in partial inscriptions and eye-catching misalignments that instantly increased the value of the coin. Other errors included double die obverses and reverses where inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," or 1 cent, appeared doubled, creating a ghost-like, surreal appearance under magnification. These errors, while accidental, created unintentional works of art that fascinated the coin-collecting community. The most coveted among these 2002 pennies was a variant struck on the wrong planchet, a foreign or different denomination coin blank, resulting in weight, coloration, and design inconsistencies that sharply contrasted against normal cents. Coins discovered with zinc planchet laminations, where parts of the plating flaked off or bubbled due to manufacturing faults, also became highly sought after. Additionally, the condition and grade of the coin played a critical role in determining its market value, with pristine, uncirculated specimens graded by PCGS or NGC commanding top dollar at auctions and online marketplaces. Imagine finding one of these gems with an MS-67 or higher grade, certified and encapsulated, knowing it could fetch over $100 simply because it avoided damage, scratches, and discoloration that most coins experience in circulation. Now consider the added historical significance. 2002 marked an era of increased digital minting records and online auction visibility, meaning collectors were able to more easily identify and track unique coins, amplifying demand and awareness about the exceptional value of particular specimens. Social media groups, forums like CoinTalk and Reddit threads dedicated to era coins, and YouTube coin hunting channels began to shine a spotlight on the rarest 2002 pennies, sharing close-up images of coins with rotated dies, missing elements, clipped planchets, and even brockages, where a previously struck coin interfered with a new strike, creating a mirrored imprint. The market buzzed with new energy as hobbyists and professional graders alike scoured coin rolls, pocket change, and old piggy banks in search of these rare pennies. Stories began emerging of individuals finding high-value coins in circulation, fueling a wave of modern-day treasure hunting. One coin sold for $143 due to a perfect storm of era rarity, exceptional condition, and collector interest. This particular 2002 penny featured a strong double die on the obverse and a clipped planchet edge, certified MS66 read by PCGS, making it not just rare but an exemplary specimen of minting anomaly. As demand for these coins grew, their value appreciated steadily, with collectors willing to pay premiums not only for the errors but also for certified documentation proving their authenticity. Coin shows and conventions began to include expert panels on spotting counterfeit era coins due to the rising popularity of such valuable pieces, adding another layer of intrigue to the already complex world of coin collecting. Meanwhile, books and online catalogs expanded their sections on modern errors, with entire chapters devoted to coins minted in the early 2000s, a period once overlooked by collectors who focused on pre-1964 silver coins or earlier wheat pennies. Yet here was a humble 2002 cent, gaining traction as one of the hidden stars of modern numismatics. Dealers began advertising high-value modern pennies as part of premium coin roll hunting packages, and YouTube creators documented live hunts that yielded these elusive treasures. The influence of social media cannot be understated. Videos showing side-by-side comparisons of regular versus era coins, step-by-step guides on using a loupe to identify doubled dies, and live market pricing updates led to explosive growth in viewer engagement and collector participation. With increased attention came higher competition, and suddenly, a niche market exploded into a mainstream fascination. More and more people began learning about the finer details of the Lincoln Cent series, mint marks, strike types, grading scales, even mint employee strikes and their impact on quality control. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and Stack's Bowers featured select 2002 era cents in their catalogs, and the bidding wars that followed reflected the excitement of a new generation of collectors willing to invest big money into what had once been overlooked change. The story of this particular 2002 1-cent coin that sold for $143 became symbolic of a broader shift, an awakening among collectors to the value that hides in plain sight. Where others saw commonality, a trained eye saw opportunity. And so, from minting errors to market forces, from grading standards to collector psychology, the rise of the 2002 penny in numismatic lore is a testament to how something as small as a cent can capture the imagination and wallet of the world. So the next time you see a penny, don't dismiss it, examine it closely, look for that doubled image, that clipped edge, that off-center strike. Because one lucky glance could turn your 1 cent into something extraordinary. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more shocking discoveries, rare coin breakdowns, and real-life treasure stories that might just make you check your change jar a little more carefully. Ending point 1 cent 2002 USA coin in face value is $143 worth big money in history. Next, 2017 P1 cent coin. Today we're diving deep into the world of modern United States coinage to talk about one of the most overlooked yet fascinating coins in circulation today, the 2017 P Lincoln Shield cent, a penny that at face value might seem utterly common, ordinary, and unworthy of second thought, yet due to a series of minting anomalies, die-related mistakes, and first in history significance, this humble copper-plated zinc coin can fetch up to $65 or even more in collector circles, and By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this particular penny is a hot item among numismatists and treasure hunters alike, so don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin discoveries, and keep watching to uncover what sets the 2017 penny apart from billions of others, because the truth is that sometimes the most modern coins hide the most unexpected value. Now, first things first, we need to recognize that the 2017 cent holds a special place in U.S. coinage history because it was the very first time in over 225 years of minting that the Philadelphia Mint included its Mint mark on a 1-cent coin intended for general circulation. Before this, no 1-cent coin had ever officially borne the Philadelphia Mint mark, making the 2017 Lincoln Shield cent not only unique but instantly historic the moment it was released into public hands. And while billions of these coins were struck, over 4.3 billion, to be exact, what sets some of them apart isn't just that they carry a 1-year-only mint mark, but that a number of them were struck with visible and collectible errors, defects, and striking anomalies that were not caught by the mint's quality control before being released into circulation. And this is where things start to get interesting for collectors, because the sheer volume of coins produced at high speeds means that the probability of minting errors dramatically increases, and those errors, in combination with the historic first ever mint mark, can make certain examples of this coin significantly more valuable than their humble 1-cent denomination. And among the most common and sought after 2017 penny errors are die breaks, cut errors, die chips, doubling errors, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, and coins with plating issues or other planchet anomalies. Take for example the die chip error, where a small piece of the die breaks off and leaves behind a raised blob of extra metal on the struck coin, usually in the fields or sometimes on the portrait of Lincoln himself, with many collectors reporting 2017 cents with die chips on Lincoln's nose, eyes, or jacket, giving these coins colorful nicknames like Booger Nose Lincoln or Droopy Eye Lincoln. And while that might sound humorous, these types of die chips can turn a regular penny into a collectible worth several dollars or more, depending on the size, location, and clarity of the chip. Another error to look out for is the cut error, which occurs when a piece of the die near the edge of the coin breaks off, causing a large blob of metal to appear along the rim of the coin where no design should be. And this error is especially sought after when it obscures key design elements, such as letters In God We Trust, or Liberty, making the coin visually striking and easy to identify. And collectors absolutely love large cuts on modern coins because they're relatively rare and visually dramatic, which drives up their desirability and resale value. Now let's talk about doubling, specifically machine doubling and true doubled dies, both of which can appear on the 2017 cent, though the latter is more rare and more valuable. And in cases of true doubled die coins, you'll see clear, distinct doubling of letters or numbers, particularly in the date, mint mark, or inscriptions like Liberty. And while minor examples of machine doubling might not increase a coin's value much, true doubled die varieties can make a penny worth 10, 20, or even 50 times face value, especially when paired with a clean, uncirculated condition. And then there are the striking errors like off-center strikes, where the coin is misaligned during minting and part of the design is cut off, which again can make these coins worth far more than face value depending on how off-center the strike is. Coins struck 10% to 20% off-center with a visible date are especially desirable, and can easily bring in $25 to $65 depending on condition. And it doesn't stop there. Some 2017 cents have been reported with broad strikes, where the collar die fails to constrain the coin during striking, leading to an expanded and slightly warped appearance with no reeded edge, and these coins are easy to spot and often sell for well above face value due to their unusual appearance. Plus you might encounter 2017 pennies with planchet flaws, such as improperly mixed metal, laminations, or coins struck on improperly prepared blanks, all of which create visible surface anomalies that are not part of the intended design and are thus considered errors. And depending on their prominence and rarity, these planchet errors can also contribute to a coin's collectible status and market value. And when you combine all these potential errors with the once-in-history status of the PE mint mark appearing on a US cent, you get a coin that's already interesting to collectors even before factoring in the flaws. And if you happen to have a 2017 P cent with one or more of these issues, especially in near-mint condition or higher, you're looking at a coin that could easily sell for $10, $20, $50, or even more, depending on the intensity and type of error. Now, some might argue that because over 4 billion of these coins were made, they can't possibly be rare. But that's where understanding the difference between a coin's mintage and its error frequency becomes critical. Yes, the base coin is common, but the errors, particularly dramatic ones, are not. And finding a coin with a significant flaw in the sea of billions of flawless strikes is what makes the search exciting and rewarding, much like finding a needle in a haystack. And the fact that the 2017 P cent was only minted for a single year with the P mark means that demand from collectors looking to complete modern sets or Lincoln cent collections will remain strong, especially as higher grade and error-marked coins get removed from circulation and added to private collections, or sold at auctions. And just as we've seen with other modern errors, like the 1995 double die cent or the 1983 double die reverse, public interest and awareness tend to grow over time, not shrink, particularly when YouTubers, TikTokers, and online communities begin spotlighting specific coins and error types, which further fuels market value and search efforts. So if you're sitting on a pile of pennies, now's the time to start sifting through them, because the opportunity to find a $65 coin hiding in a handful of change is a real and exciting possibility. And if you're new to coin hunting, all you really need is a magnifying glass or loupe, some patience, and a bit of reference material to start identifying these features on your own. And once you do, you'll be amazed at how rewarding the hobby becomes, not just financially, but also intellectually, as you learn more about US minting history, production techniques, and the small mistakes that create big value. So while the 2017 P Lincoln Shield penny may not seem like much at first glance, it represents a perfect storm of historical significance, collectible novelty, and potential for error-based rarity that makes it one of the most exciting modern coins to hunt for today. And as more people begin to realize this and scoop up these coins from circulation, prices are likely to rise, especially for certified high-grade examples or coins with particularly unusual or dramatic flaws. So whether you're a long-time collector or just a casual enthusiast curious about coins, this is one penny you definitely don't want to ignore. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 2017 P 1 cent coin, a piece of copper-plated change that might just be worth big money if you know what to look for. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon for more incredible coin stories, valuation tips, and rare finds that could turn your pocket change into profit. Because in the fascinating world of coins, the smallest details often make the biggest difference, and the 2017 P penny with a value of up to $65 is proof that modern coins can absolutely hold monumental worth. Next, 2018 D 1 cent coin. Today's deep dive into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. We're unraveling the mystery behind a simple yet extraordinary coin that could be sitting in your pocket or coin jar right now, the 2018 D Lincoln 1 cent coin. A piece of modern minting that has stunned collectors and numismatists alike by commanding values as high as $92 due to a combination of mint errors, anomalies, and unique characteristics that elevate its worth far beyond its humble face value of just 1 cent. And if you haven't yet liked and subscribed to this channel for more rare coin discoveries and money-making tips hidden in your change, be sure to do so now, because what you're about to learn might just turn you into the next lucky coin finder who stumbles upon a valuable treasure in plain sight. Now, the 2018 D penny might appear like any other ordinary copper-plated zinc coin at first glance, part of the massive production run from the Denver Mint where over 5.7 billion were struck, making it one of the most common coins of that year. Yet it is precisely in this sea of similarity that rarity takes shape, because while the majority of these coins were minted with perfect or near-perfect precision, a select few slipped through with bizarre, shocking, and fascinating minting errors that transformed them into high-demand collectibles. One of the most talked about error types on the 2018 D-penny is the die crack, where cracks form on the die used to strike the coin, resulting in raised, vein-like lines on the surface of the penny, and these cracks can vary in size, shape, and location, but those that are prominent and appear across Lincoln's face, neck, or the surrounding fields are particularly valued for their dramatic appearance. And then there are examples of die chips, often found around the letters of Liberty, In God We Trust, or even in Lincoln's eye, creating what collectors refer to as a cracked skull, or spiked head, appearance, adding visual appeal and uniqueness that increase market value significantly. Coins with multiple chips or unusual placements are especially desirable. And then we have off-center strikes, a classic and extremely popular type of mint error where the coin is not properly aligned with the dies during striking, resulting in a partial design that may show a crescent-shaped blank area where part of the design is missing, with values increasing based on the percentage of off-centering and whether the date and mint mark remain visible, making these errors both rare and highly prized. Furthermore, double die obverse and reverse errors, while less common in the 2018 D-penny, have been discovered, where slight doubling appears in the inscriptions or details such as Lincoln's eye or the word 1 cent, often visible under magnification and always thrilling for collectors who understand the rarity and complexity behind such errors. And there are even more exotic anomalies like coins struck through grease, where debris clogs the die and results in weak or missing design elements, such as a blurry or faded Lincoln or missing letters that give the coin a ghost-like appearance, or clash marks where dies struck each other without a coin planchet in between, imprinting parts of each die's design onto the opposing die and then onto subsequent coins, producing ghost images like Lincoln's face appearing faintly on the reverse side among the Union Shield lines. And then there's the intriguing world of plating blisters and zinc rot. Since the 2018 D-penny, like all modern cents since 1982, is made with a core of 97.5% zinc and a thin copper plating, the bond between these layers is not always perfect, and defects during the minting process can result in bubbling, peeling, or pitting where the copper separates or reacts with the zinc, creating strange, alien-looking textures that may be unsightly to the untrained eye but incredibly collectible to error coin hunters who seek variety and scarcity. And among these varieties, the most valuable are those that combine multiple errors, such as a double die with a die chip, or an off-center strike with clash marks, because the odds of multiple errors occurring on one coin are extremely low, and when they do occur, they create unique specimens that no other collector owns, increasing desirability and auction value dramatically. And while many of these coins are discovered by dedicated coin roll hunters who go through box after box of pennies from banks, an increasing number of them are being found in everyday change, sparking a wave of curiosity and excitement as people check their coins more closely, especially after reports began circulating online and in coin forums about a specific 2018 D-penny that sold for $92 due to a combination of a sharp die chip on the reverse and a faint double die on the obverse, both authenticated and graded by a third-party grading company, with the coin's condition playing a huge role in its final sale price, since grading agencies like PCGS and NGC assess coins based on luster, strike quality, wear, and eye appeal, with coins in mint state grades of MS65 and above commanding higher premiums, particularly when combined with errors, and the market demand for modern errors has been steadily growing. As more collectors shift focus from old silver coins to newer issues with compelling error stories, and the 2018 D-penny, being a recent release, is still readily available in circulation, making it an exciting and realistic opportunity for new collectors to join the hunt. And this surge in popularity has led to dedicated YouTube channels, Reddit threads, Facebook groups, and entire websites focused solely on modern penny errors, with thousands of users sharing photos, discoveries, and tips on how to identify potentially valuable coins, with magnifying glasses, USB microscopes, and mobile apps becoming essential tools of the modern coin hunter, and even casual hobbyists are beginning to realize the thrill of finding a rare error coin in a pile of what others consider ordinary change, and dealers have responded to this demand by offering curated error coin rolls, grading services, and educational resources, while auction houses increasingly include modern era coins in their listings, sometimes with bidding wars driving up prices to levels that shock even experienced collectors. And the 2018 D-penny stands as a symbol of this new era in numismatics, where modern coins are no longer dismissed as too recent or too common to be valuable, but instead embraced as dynamic canvases where minting technology, human error, and statistical improbability intersect to create miniature miracles worth real money. And for those who take the time to learn, look closely, and understand the nuances of errors, the rewards can be both financial and deeply satisfying. Because each error coin tells a story, not just of minting machinery and misalignments, but of discovery, patience, and the joy of finding something rare in the most unlikely of places. And so, whether you're a seasoned collector, a curious beginner, or just someone with a pocket full of change, remember that every coin you touch has the potential to be more than it appears, and among those billions of 2018 D-pennies, one or more could be the key to unlocking a small fortune. So grab a magnifier, start checking your coins. Join the communities, share your finds, and immerse yourself in the adventure, because big money sometimes comes in small copper-plated packages, and the 2018 D1-cent coin, thanks to its unique errors and unexpected anomalies, has proven that even in modern times, coin collecting remains a thrilling treasure hunt where the most unassuming coin might just be the one that changes everything. And that is why the 2018 D1-cent costs $92 because of its errors and mistakes, worth big money. Last, today's focus is on a coin that many people overlook due to its modern appearance and seemingly common nature, but upon closer examination, it has revealed itself to be a hidden gem in the numismatic world, and that coin is the 2002 D Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin. A coin with a face value of just 1 cent but with a market value that can climb all the way to $174 or even more depending on its condition, grade, and most importantly, the types of mint errors and production mistakes it may exhibit. And as we dive deep into this particular issue, you'll learn exactly what makes the 2002 D-penny so intriguing, so collectible, and why coin hunters across the country are scrambling to examine their change jars, rolls of pennies, and collections for this deceptively valuable coin. So make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel because you're about to learn how one of the most common coins in America has become one of the most surprising sources of value for collectors and investors alike. And to begin understanding the value of the 2002 D-penny, it's important to look at the context of its production. Minted in Denver in the year 2002, during a time when the U.S. Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents every year, the 2002 D-cent is part of the copper-plated zinc series, which began in 1982 as a cost-saving measure to replace the original 95% copper composition used from 1909 to 1982. And while the composition of the 2002 D-cent is fairly standard, the unique value comes from errors and minting anomalies that have shown up on a surprisingly high number of coins from that year, which has led collectors to pay close attention to this date and mint mark in search of varieties and flaws that dramatically boost a coin's market value. And one of the most well-known and valuable types of errors found on 2002 D-cents is the doubled die. And while doubled dies can occur in various locations on a coin, the most desirable examples are those with visible doubling on the obverse, particularly on Lincoln's profile, his eye, beard, and bow tie, as well as on inscriptions such as Liberty, the motto, In God We Trust, and the date itself. And these double die obverse examples are sometimes subtle but can become quite dramatic, and when certified by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC, they can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction, especially in mint state or near mint condition. And it's worth noting that the process of hubbing a die, the technique used to create the design impressions on minting tools, sometimes goes wrong, resulting in two misaligned impressions that produce the famous doubling effect, and the US Mint has taken steps to reduce the frequency of such errors over the years. But in high-speed, high-volume production environments like the Denver Mint, mistakes still happen, and when they do, collectors are more than ready to scoop up these accidental masterpieces. But doubling is only one category of error that affects the 2002 D-penny, and in fact, Other error types that have been documented include off-center strikes, where the coin is not properly aligned with the dies during striking, resulting in a portion of the design being missing or incomplete, and depending on how far off-center the strike is, values can range from a few dollars to well over $100. Especially if the date and mint mark are still fully visible, which makes the coin more desirable to collectors. And then we have broad strikes, where the coin is struck without the collar die in place, allowing the metal to expand beyond its normal diameter and create a flared, irregular shape. And although the coin's weight and design elements may still be intact, the distorted appearance and lack of a defined rim make it a true error piece and one that draws attention from error collectors around the world. And yet another fascinating and valuable error is the die crack or die break, often called a cud, when it appears at the rim of the coin, and these are caused by wear and tear on the dies used to strike the coin, and when a portion of the die breaks off, the blank space is filled with metal during striking, creating a raised blob or a line of metal that is clearly visible to the naked eye, and these cut errors are often named based on their location, such as cut on date, cut on Lincoln's head, or rim-to-rim crack, and they're highly collectible, especially when the error is large or dramatically alters the appearance of the coin, and some of these cut errors on 2002 D-cents have been sold for upwards of $80 to $120 depending on the size and clarity of the break. And another error worth discussing is the struck-through error, where a foreign object such as grease, thread, or debris gets caught between the die and the planchet during striking, leaving behind a recessed or distorted area on the finished coin, and struck-through errors are often one-of-a-kind due to their unpredictable nature and can bring significant premiums, especially when they are dramatic and easy to spot, and there are also reports of 2002 D-cents being struck on defective or improper planchets, such as coins that are underweight or overweight due to improper metal mixing, and while more rare, these planchet errors are fascinating from a minting standpoint and can also command high prices depending on their severity and how clearly the error can be demonstrated. And let's not forget about misaligned die errors, where the obverse and reverse dies are out of sync, resulting in one side of the coin being slightly rotated or shifted. And although often mistaken for off-center strikes, misaligned die errors can be quite valuable when the shift is significant and doesn't affect the integrity of the coin's design. And all of these error types make the 2002 D-penny a rich source of collectible anomalies. But what really pushes the value of these coins into the triple-digit range is when multiple errors occur on the same coin, such as a double die combined with a cut error or an off-center strike combined with a planchet flaw, and in those cases, the coin becomes not just a curiosity, but a true collector's item and often a showpiece for error coin collectors. And as awareness of these possibilities grows, more people are examining their change, buying rolls of unsearched pennies, and even acquiring high magnification tools to search for errors that could be hiding in plain sight. And with each new discovery, the numismatic value of the 2002 D-cent continues to grow, and collectors and dealers alike are keeping a close eye on eBay, heritage auctions, and other marketplaces for new listings and sales data. And while not every 2002 D-penny is going to be worth $174, those that exhibit one or more of these errors and are in good condition absolutely have the potential to fetch significant premiums. And for those new to the hobby or interested in getting started, the 2002 D-cent is a perfect entry point into error collecting, as it is a modern coin with wide availability and a variety of known flaws to search for, making the hunt both accessible and rewarding. And as the coin community continues to evolve and more information is shared online, new discoveries are being made all the time, and it's very possible that even rarer error varieties are yet to be documented, which makes it even more exciting to examine your coins and possibly be the first to identify a new type of error that hasn't been officially cataloged. And who knows, that discovery might not only add to the historical record but could also become a valuable asset in your collection. And with all of this in mind, the story of the 2002 D Lincoln cent is one of unexpected value, fascinating production quirks, and the thrill of discovery. And whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just a casual hobbyist, there's something truly exciting about finding a coin that defies expectations and turns a single cent into a $174 collectible, so grab a magnifying glass, start looking through your coins, and remember to always check the date, the mint mark, and the details of the design because the next valuable error might be right under your nose. So thank you for watching this deep dive into the 2002 D-penny. Make sure to like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin stories and valuation guides, and tap the bell so you never miss an update. And until next time, keep searching, keep learning, and keep discovering the incredible world of coins where history, mystery, and money meet in every piece of pocket change. Because the 2002 D Lincoln Cent with its error-driven value reaching $174 proves that even modern coins can be worth big money when mistakes turn them into masterpieces.